So I got this call. A bear had damaged a vehicle. It had got on top of this roof trying to get in the top of the door and pushed this roof down like this. Kind of crazy. But I'm fixing to show it to you under the light here in just a minute. But I thought I'd show it to you with natural light first. And that way you can see the damage from overhead and get an idea of how big the damage is with just the natural light. It goes all the way across the front of the roof. And now we're going to put it under the light. But also, be sure to go to about 8 minutes into this video too. If you don't watch the whole thing through, go and you can see how I fix a few very sharp dents inside this larger dent and see how it's repaired. Okay, so now let's get to work. So here's a tip that I'm going to try out on this roof, and I ended up loving it. It was actually a Kiko brand tip.
This here is really soft, so just trying to figure out where's the part that ain't going to make you leave no bad areas. What I'm going to do is try to get up this area because it's got that crown there, so. And this little blue ballish thing, man, is phenomenal for not destroying the metal. Be able to push pretty hard on it. Back in the day, you just pushed with a sharp tip and put little pokies in you had to work out. So it definitely made stuff better. So here.
But yeah, you can see the metal is moving in very large areas all the way across the roof as this is moving. So you have to just be able to push all around, find out what wants to move.
Take this crown down right here because that'll help from so much wobbly. Every time you're beating that crown down, it softens it up to where the other part will come up more. Because if you just keep trying to push without getting the crown down a little at a time, you're going to mess up the metal and wad it up real bad. I like that little tip. That's the other day's first time I ever used it. I've had it a year. And I was like, oh, I just seen that thing. I like it. Bought it last February.
So it's coming to the point where I actually believe I might be able to fix it. Sounds a little bit crazy after you've been working on something for hours, but in all honesty, you're just pushing, hoping that the vehicle will flatten out and not have some wadded up area. So it's coming along great.
You can see these crowns still here. It's just a slow process, which I mean it's going good, like real good. But I mean, it's trying to get it to hurry up is the fastest way to make it slower. Then I'm going between some of these areas here. There's like a smiley face down. If you start getting a few of them out, next thing you know, it starts, yep, leveling up, and you're like, oh, it's starting to look like it's a flat roof here a little bit. And it's really what it is finding an area that kind of wants to come up, because that means there's no tension being held against it. If it don't want to come up, go find the reason that you can't hardly push it up, and then beat the crayons down and stuff, because if it don't want to go, there's a reason, like there's tension somewhere. Then you go back to hammering. You got no brand worthy. Okay, well. That popped up, I just went in.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend if you would. I would very greatly appreciate it. And look how much better this roof is starting to flatten out. Here in a little while, I'm going to use a hot box on it and shrink up some lows. So now I think we're somewhere in the area of 5 hours in on this repair, but it's coming along, and just got some crowns here, but it is definitely going to work. And you see these sharp ones here. This is what I'm fixing to show you in just a minute. They were under a brace. We're going to fix them and make them look good and save this customer's paint for sure.
I'll go ahead and get these little guys. this first real quick because it's ones I can see.
So I've got this video at about 4 times actual push speed. That way you can see, even with a bigger repair, a lot of times there's little dents that sometimes can take a while that you have to get out to, and you have to be able to push them up, knock down a little bit of highs. You get always striving to make sure you get these things as perfect as possible. And here's a few more waves and sharp ones on the other side of this rail. And you can see all the areas that's just wadded up. We got to get smoothed out and use the hot box, like I said, here in just a minute, and make this thing look nice. And I'm pretty sure that right here, these little spots here is where the claw had actually pushed these down right where the brace are, because it didn't push down a big area. It was like held up and made it strong around the area, so it actually made it to where it pinpointed where it didn't just push down a large area, which made it very interesting because it had minor scratch in it, which you don't want to push the scratch up too much and get it to where it cracks. So it just makes it a little bit more strenuous on you to be able to get these little small areas out. But it ended up coming up and the customer is happy with the repair. And now we're at the time where the repair is getting close enough to where I'm going to use the hot box on it here to tighten up the little spots and to level it up. So let's go.
Harder than it looked, and
100 times.
Well, here's around a 8 or 9 hour repair. Headliner's back up. Dylan was finishing just a few little spots on the headliner here, and now it is ready to be sent back to the customer and helped and sped up the repair and kept from having to replace the roof. So, and also no painting, so that is a very good thing. And the time in the body shop is reduced greatly by not having to replace the roof. So time is money, and factory paint is always good to keep on a vehicle. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it very much and hope you enjoyed this video. I have another 150 you are welcome to watch. So go watch them and like, subscribe, share, come back. I appreciate it very much and hope everybody is doing well.